I mean, it felt. Thanks, Max. It felt. I don't know. It was a strange feeling for sure. I felt like we felt. We played stagnant for the majority of the game. I think we went on a little run to grab the lead, but I don't think the energy was there from our team. Myself included, and that's tough because you look at them not even playing with Royal being out sick today, and if we're gonna play like that when one of their better guys is hurt, or if we play a game like this on the road or don't have the Izzone or don't have the home crowd advantage, then we're gonna we're gonna have we're gonna get a reality check when we go play these next two games on the road, and even at Rutgers, like they're gonna come and play hard. So it was a weird feeling. Obviously, we escaped with a win. So right now it's just we're trying to learn as much as we can from that and how to prevent in the future.
Did that kind of surprise you? Izzo said you had like 3 of your best practices in a while and everything. Did that kind of surprise you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, practices were extremely well. Probably some of our better practices that we've had. I think everybody felt good going into the game about the report about what we were doing, and even coach I think felt like we were in a good headspace and physical wise we had longer preps. We were able to stay healthy, and that's kind of what irks coach a little bit too with how we played, because it's not like. It's different if we have bad practices than we play bad, because then, we're not. It's a little easier to take then. But we had good practices and we play bad. Now it's, he keeps thinking in his head like, all right, well, if we practice good, it's not necessarily a turnover to how the game is played. So.
What was the vibes and message in the locker room, I guess, at halftime?
It wasn't good for sure. We're trying to stay together as much as we can, especially at a point in the season where we're all trying to, grow as a team and get better with everybody. But we haven't really had a game where all 4 seniors and all 4 like staples of our team have played good and played, solid at a good level. So that's where it starts. It starts with us. Like, we just got to continue to work on our leadership and get that to a level where it's not the coaches getting on us as much. It's almost us getting on each other. And coach says player coach team all the time, and we got to get back to that.
Coach was talking about meeting after and everything. Is this where you can really learn and grow and kind of step up as a senior leader? Yeah, for sure. I'm going to say something and just kind of release what I'm feeling, and the big thing is really just get into a space where there's no coaches and there's no outside distractions. Everybody can feel like they can speak their mind and speak what they feel like is going on in their head, or what they think from a different point of view than us. And it's got to we're getting in the nitty gritty of the season now, so there's no time for relaxing, or no time for to get better, or no time to get worse. It's always got to be an uphill battle. So yeah.
What was going around coverage-wise and
what's important at this time of year, but all of us players, kind of have to, look at ourselves in the mirror and say, how do I get better from here, and how do I just keep going? How do I keep grinding? How do I keep taking one step in front of the other instead of taking 2 steps or 3 steps back? We just have to make sure that everybody can trust everybody, and when they come in to play the game, they know the coverages, they know the defense, and we can't have any let-offs. We have to make sure that after the first rotation goes in, or when the second rotation comes in, they bring a spark of energy, so that when we come back in, we have the energies, but we can't have any drop-offs.
Coach said that he's calling a team meeting and everything. Is this an opportunity for you to step up as a leader and, I guess, vocalize what's going wrong with this group and that sort of thing?
Yeah, that's my job as a captain, is to vocalize and explain to everybody what we need to do to get better and how to move forward, and how to play winning basketball. We were able to do it last year, and I feel like we know what we need to do. We just need everybody to hop on board, and we need to make sure that make sure nobody mentally checks out, or makes it too much for them, or whatever. But we just have to keep grinding. We have to keep making sure that we hold everybody to their highest standard. I mean, I know that's it's not a lot. It's not a lot, because at this point of the year, everyone should be playing their best basketball, and everyone should be locked in on how close we are to accomplishing what we can. We may have missed an opportunity to win the league, but that's a consequence for not playing our best basketball and losing games that we should have won. But as a captain, we're going to make sure we vocalize everything that we need to do to play winning basketball.
I guess Izzo talked about you guys had a couple really good practices, some of the best of the season. Does that kind of surprise you after those practices, the slow start that you guys had tonight?
You know what? It does, but actually there's no but. It does, because we practice very well and we have the confidence. We're making the shots. We're doing the coverages right in practice. But there's something about going into the game that things start to change, or we start to focus on the wrong things more than the important things, and just silly mistakes that end up giving the other team a 3 or an and-1 or a wide open layup. And we have to separate practice from games, and we have to make sure that it should be the other way around. We should have great practices and great games, but we would rather have great games and practice, take it slowly and learn the coverages to make sure that when we go into the games, we're not nervous, we're not unsure about anything, we're 100% locked into the coverages, the personnel, and all that stuff. So we have to stop, making games and practices two different stories, and we have to combine the two.
Why is that happening? Why do you think that's been happening for you guys?
I think sometimes when we go over scout and we do these things in practice, it's in an environment that's, it's not a game. But when we're in a game setting with, high stakes, like another team, sometimes, some of us, I don't want to say get nervous, but it's different. It's different pressure. And for the young guys, it's different. They just don't want to mess up. And when they play nervous, that's what gets them in trouble. But we have to make sure that, hey, we know the coverages. Things might be different. They might throw different plays at us, so we haven't run. But we have to play because we're basketball players. We can't just, be robots. We have to be basketball players. And if this person likes to go right, take away his right. If he likes to go left, take away his left. If he's a shooter, make sure he doesn't shoot. We have to be players at the end of the day. But we have to start combining the two: great practices and great games.
Jackson, group in that sense, but I think we shouldn't even have to get to that point. I think we just have to have that from the jump and just be able to play that 40 minutes like playing like we're down 20.
Coach said he was calling a team meeting and everything. Is this an opportunity as a freshman to kind of step up and, I guess, be a leader and listen to the seniors as well in this chance?
Yeah, I mean, just listening to the captains and the seniors who have been here before have situations like this. It's not like we're hitting the red panic button or anything. We just gotta just talk about things that have just been going on with us. It's not like it's the end of the world, but it's some things that we do need to change going forward if we want to be successful.
Izzo said that you guys had a couple really good practices. Were you surprised by the start for you guys today?
I will say we've had some of our best practices leading up to this game, and before UCLA too. I think we had really good practices. I think that's kind of been the theme of the season so far is slow starts. So I think we just need to be able to play the full 40 minutes like we do in the late second half with 8 minutes left in the game. I think we just need to have that from the jump and just be able to carry it out through the whole game.
Well, why do you guys think? I guess why do you think you start slow? Is there a reason behind that, or just vibes? Or?
I mean, we're not trying to, but I don't know. I think it's just something we just need to find the root of the problem and just take care of it.
Yeah, but at the same time, for our goals and what we're trying to do and, what we think and what we have seen that we're capable of. We beat Illinois, a tough opponent at home, and then you beat a good UCLA team at home. So just figuring out, how to string some games together, how to play at our best, how to bring that same, I guess you can say, game stretches together, and that's the most important.
What do you think about Jordan Scott's game?
It's huge. I think he was probably, I'll probably say the second best player out there today. I think Bruce, he played great. I'll say he was the best player, and he played the best out there today. And then I'll say Jordan probably was next up, some stops, some energy, some blocks, made a couple tough shots, some good plays. He made a huge pass to Coop to put us up 5, I believe, or 4 at one time. So Jordan, I think, was the second best player out there.
You don't feel like he's a freshman anymore, do you?
No, not at all. He played with ultra confidence, and he don't, he don't think, he don't care. He shoots, he put in the work, put in the time, and he shoots to our team's success.
Jeremy, Jordan's a guy who's done this for 4 years now, and he's been at the top of the conference. I'm just curious, as you kind of grow into that similar role as a all-conference type player, do you look to the other guys in that similar role and how you can compete with them?
I don't really, He's a great player. We kind of know he's been a starter, I believe, all 4 years. 2,000-point score. I think he's maybe third in Ohio State or whatnot, but history. But just understand that, going in, we know it was going to be a game. We know it was going to be a challenge in a great match. And we didn't know Royal was going to be out, so that kind of puts a lot on his plate to, be more aggressive, take more shots. And he for sure, he kept them in it the whole game.
But for you, do you kind of look to compete with those guys at that level and try to match them?
I try to, get the win, whatever that is, and whatever I got to do to get the team win.
Izzo said he called a team meeting. Is this an opportunity for you to step up as a leader and, I guess, kind of present a message to this group?
Oh, for sure. I kind of been in both spots my freshman year where we ended up losing, I believe, the second game to North Carolina and whatnot. And I kind of seen how, that season went. Then last year, it was, I guess you can say, a whole 360. So to understand it, I kind of been in the part where, we were losing. It was a little up and down. We didn't do what we needed to do. But then the next year, we kind of did everything a little bit right. So now, it's a little of this year's, I'll say, I think a little in the middle, but, we're winning more games and whatnot. So we're still 22-5. But it's like we have stretches where we can look really good, then we have stretches where we don't look, as good as we like to, as we work on, as what we do and whatnot. So just understanding that it's another level that, I think, the guys and everyone in this locker room can take it to. So at the end of the day, we have like a month and a half left of, the season, no matter what. Like whether you're playing in April, whether you're done whenever, you have a month basically and a half, and let's, lay it all out there. Let's just give it all we got, and I see no reason why not.
Why do you think that keeps happening, those bad stretches?
I don't know. It's something, I gotta, try to figure out it with the team as the guys and understand, what's happening, what's going on, the positives, the bads, and like we practice good. So I can't say it's like, oh, we don't practice hard or we don't do it in practice. So when it's just something we kind of got to figure it out.
Are you confident that you guys can indeed figure it out?
Oh, for sure. I think it's not like we have put together, bad games. I think we have had stretches of the game which is bad. So I just want to put a full 40 minutes of great offense, great defense, just putting it together. And usually when we do that, or at least 30, we shown that we can beat some great teams and whatnot. So just try to put that together and stack days and stack games, and I think we can have a great chance of doing something special. Thank you.